Hi, it's Olivia, and I've been looking forward to doing this September wrap-up / book haul since like the beginning of the month, because right from the start of the month I could tell it was going to be a great one for me for reading. I ended up reading 6 books, and then I started and decided not to finish a 7th book, and then I'm in the middle of an 8th book right now. I attribute it like all to having this channel. I love doing this channel. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, anyway, let's get right into it. The first thing I want to show you is actually not a book, it's an article from the New York Times. Actually, it might just be called I'm not sure what you would call it. It's a long story. It has 3 chapters. If you know what you would call that, let me know. It looks like this, and it's called Fraying at the Edges, and it's about a woman's life. It's a nonfiction story. Obviously, it's a New York Times article, but it's about a woman it's about a woman living her life after she is diagnosed with Alzheimer's and how she deals with it. And I'm still in the middle of reading it. I've been taking my time, and I'm on chapter 2, and it's really insightful. My friend sent me that, and the link is in the description. I'm sharing it with all of you guys as well. The next one that I don't know where the next one is. There it is. Okay. It's actually, again, not one of the books that I read all the way through because it's my textbook for my class. It's not like a science textbook. I wouldn't show you my biology textbook or chemistry why would I do that? But this is for my African American Women's Studies class, and I am actually really liking the read. So it's the Africana Womanist Literary Theory by Cludson. No, wow, that's not even one. That's not a name. That's not a name. Her name's Clonora. Her name's Clonora. Oh my gosh. Her name is Clonora Hudson Weems. Now, the first few days in September, I said I got a lot of reading done, and it's because I finished 3 books. They're by Colleen Hoover. The first one was Slammed. These are my first Colleen Hoover books. I thought this was a wonderful book. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was really sweet, and it gave me all the feels. I couldn't help it. So the next day I went to Barnes & Noble and I bought this one, the sequel, Point of Retreat. I didn't know it had following books either. I only learned until I went to Goodreads. And I also picked up the 3rd book, This Girl. Please tell me I'm not the only one who thinks this is the ugliest cover. It's just cringe land. I can't believe this is the cover for this book. Like, why would they go from something simple with the butterfly what is this? The next book that I read was perhaps one of the biggest releases of the year, and that is Empire Storms by Sarah J. Maas. I actually attempted to do a review of this multiple times, and my thoughts were so all over the place. I couldn't do it. I give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was very entertaining, very enjoyable, but there were flaws. This book was also not rated PG-13 anymore, which is weird because I've never read a series that jumped the maturity line like that in the middle of the series, and I feel like it's because she wrote A Court of Mist and Fury, or A Court of Thorns and Roses, those books, and it did really well, and so I kind of feel like maybe she's just like, okay, well, might as well keep this type of mature content in this one. But I felt like it was kind of weird. I was just taken by surprise. I didn't mind it. It was just, it took me by surprise because none of the previous books are like that. Like, the previous books are PG-13, this one's more headed over towards R. After Empire Storms are all books that I could count as Diversathon, but long story short, Diversathon is just going to be something I carry with me forever. I'm just going to make it a point to be more diverse in my readings because I don't feel like that should have just been one event. It's just something, it was a big reminder for me to be more diverse with what I read. First one I got to was Persepolis, The Story of a Child by Marjane Satrapi. This is a graphic novel of her growing up in Iran during the Islamic Revolution. Wonderful read. Definitely check it out. It's funny, but it shows you like the dark side of what she experienced and as a child. The next book that I got to finally was Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. If you didn't know this is going to be a movie, I think maybe next year, and Amanda Stenberg is going to play Maddie, and I love the idea. I give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was very sweet. I had my fangirl moments. However, I did kind of find it predictable, and I forgot why else I gave it 3.5. That. Next book I read is Into White by Randi. This is an interesting one to talk about because I saw someone add this on their Diversathon TBR. It was in their video. As soon as she mentioned the premise, I actually went to barnesandnoble.com and I ordered it. It came out the week of Diversathon. It came out that Tuesday. And if you don't know what it's about a teenage black girl in the South, and she goes to a school that's mainly white, but she is bullied and teased by both her white and black peers, and all she wants is to be white. And so one night she prays that she'll be made white, and she turns white. She wakes up and she has white skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair. And that was just the most intriguing concept because that is a big thing to tackle. There's a lot that could have been done with that, but unfortunately, do you remember I said I didn't finish one of the books? That was this one. I got 20 pages in, and I was so excited for this book. And just the writing, I feel like it's simplified to a point where she's trying to be satirical, but not really. It's just very, I don't feel like it was able to execute what it was trying to execute, and it really wasn't working for me. But I might just be the odd one because on Goodreads I noticed there's either 1-star reviews or there's 5-star reviews. So maybe I'm just one of those people who is not getting it. And the book that I said I'm in the middle of is The Thing Around Your Neck by Chimamanda Adichie. And I know a lot about this lady. I've been watching a lot of her TED Talks and reading a lot about her, and it's about time I get to one of her books. I'm not going to speak for this book right now, though, because I'm still reading it. All the books that I mentioned, I actually bought this month. I've never done so well on buying books and then reading them very soon after I purchased them because I'm really bad at collecting my TBR, and I'm not one of those people who likes to have a TBR. I think it's a waste of money, and I don't have money to be doing that. But this month was my birthday, and I had some extra money to spend, and I did good because almost every book that I bought, I read. And I got one more book, The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but yeah. Okay, I know this is a weird random inserted video, but not even minutes after I finished filming the video that you're watching, the mailman came and delivered this final book, Great Tales of Horror by H.P. Lovecraft. And my friend Benji is gonna be so excited that I have this because I only bought it because he was raving about this book, and I'm gonna include it in a Halloween reading video that I want to film. So there's this book. But that was my wrap up. It's been a crazy month for me with school and work and just everything, but throughout it all I was still able to get a really good reading month in. So thank you for watching.